Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Metalopolis right here. I bring you NaNiwa of Team Dignitas. He is, of course, playing BratOK right here on the Metalopolis versus his opponent from Team Roxkis, I believe. It's BratOK. He is in the red trunks and he is playing Terran. This should be an interesting encounter. I'm looking forward to it. Some fairly amazing play on display up to this point. We've already had another round of 16 matchup, which happened to be the one and only Jelizug, who ended up going against Mao's Mana. And Mana actually took the first game for him. He's doing really well, but unfortunately, Jelizug did come back with it. And there were some great defenses by his opponent, Mao's Mana, but didn't quite get there. NaNiwa, as always, looking extremely strong in this particular tournament, as he tends to in every tournament. BratOK, do you even need to introduce BratOK? Easily one of the best Terrans in Europe, incredibly talented. It's actually been a while since I've had the opportunity to cast him. Played recently, I believe, in the Black Dragon League, as did NaNiwa, as it happens. Open up with the barracks right here from BratOK. 12 supply, again, nothing unusual, not that we'd really expect that. NaNiwa Gateway on 12. Now, if I was to define NaNiwa's play style, it would be cutthroat. And that's good. That's an extremely good talent to have. And he really does go for an absolute murderous rampage. He really does. Once he goes in, he tries to take out the throw, he tries to decapitate his opponent. That's it. Completely done. Yes, he rips out the throw and decapitates them for good measure. He's a vicious individual. Now, when it comes to BratOK, BratOK is an extremely flexible Terran player, likes the drop play, as do many Terran. And a very efficient, very effective, and often extremely talented player. Every now and again, he goes out in the tournaments earlier than I would have expected, but to be fair, there's quite a lot of inconsistency in StarCraft 2 every now and again, so it's not all that unusual to see that. Players can have sudden dips for no real reason. In fact, we saw Jinro today, I believe. He lost all but one of his games, which was extremely unexpected. On his home turf, more or less, but there you go. Factory following up here for BratOK. Now, BratOK is, of course, known for some Hellion play as well. Hellion drops are very, very popular from him. So we'll see as to whether or not he decides to go for that one. He does only have one gas. We'll see what he decides to do with that. There's the second gas going down. It's on 20 supply, so a lot of possibilities right here. NaNiwa with a fast expansion. There's the gateway, and there, of course, is the Stalker coming out as well. There's a quick chrono boost on the Cybernetic score. NaNiwa not afraid to 4-gate if he believes it's the best thing to do, but of course he's not going to do that here since he's got that fast expansion coming out. Could be 6 gateway pressure, we'll find out. All sorts of possibilities for him right there. Reactor going down, so Hellion is, I would say, looking likely, but that is actually really late on that reactor if he's looking for that swap over. Armory coming down. Very quick armory right now for BratOK. The only other possibility, of course, would be massive upgrades on Marines. There you go. Got the Marines going up with the reactor. I was thinking, hey, might swap it over. Apparently not. So it will be Marine Tank. Well, no, of course it won't. It's going to be Marine Thor. Like, why would he build an armory so quickly when it doesn't have an engineering bay? Marine Thor. Well, that's interesting. Let's see how NaNiwa was able to do that one. It's really going to come down to, I imagine, whether or not NaNiwa decides to go with the robotics. He's getting his robotics out very, very rapidly and start deploying models to deal with those Thors, maybe. We'll find out. Thors otherwise are going to wreck everything. The armory is complete, and this is a very nicely timed build by BratOK. Unfortunately, he hasn't quite timed his supply depot. It's a couple of seconds off. It's not too bad. He would have liked it right there, but he timed that armory perfectly. This build very, very polished, and going for that early Thor. Single barracks with reactors, one base play for the moment. There's the second assimilator coming up for NaNiwa, and that's actually quite late. That's going to prove problematic if he's forced to build Immortals. That said, if he's going to build Immortals, then he's going to fall very, very unpleasantly to these Marines. However, there is no stim available. There are no upgrades on these Marines, so while they'll prove to be problematic, we'll see how it turns out. Army supply count is 14-17 right now in favor of BratOK. Now 19, plenty of Marines coming out. The first Thor is not on the field as of yet. Does he have enough Marines to push this away? He is on 11 right now. He can certainly fight it until this Thor comes out. Here is the Thor, and SCV's coming in right here from BratOK. And this is going to be a very strong push right here. Big damage coming in from the Thor right now. He needs to maneuver that, and he needs to get in there quickly. The robotics facility is coming up for NaNiwa. He's looking, needless to say, to try and perhaps grab an Immortal to deal with that. BratOK pushing forward right now, and this is well backed up as well. Look at the amount of SCVs that are following this Thor. That's actually torn quite a few away from the mineral line, and he's already way behind his opponent in terms of his economy. So BratOK, again, I hate the word all in, but this is all in-ish. As in, if this fails, it's going to put him very significantly behind. There's not really a shorthand term for that. I need to come up with one. BratOK engaging right now, and there's no way that Stalk is going to be able to bring down the Thor, not with that many SCVs. Marines backing off right now, and NaNiwa trying to buy time. Robotics is up. NaNiwa's gas count is, of course, very, very low because he added that assimilator on quite late. BratOK pushing forward and looking for big damage. It's a single Thor, but there is a second one stomping its way across the battlefield, and he's going to get very, very aggressive. NaNiwa throwing down as much fire on that as he can. Thor taking massive damage. It's holding for the time being. It will break. 5 kills is what it took, and BratOK trying to repel this and suddenly realizing he can't. Zealots pushing their way in. Stalker firepower raining down right now, and BratOK unable to deal with that one. NaNiwa cleans it up very, very nicely. The second Thor is coming in, but the Marine count is drastically reduced. The Thor probably won't be able to survive against this kind of firepower, but NaNiwa's not willing to take the risk, and there is an Immortal coming out to match that as well, so that really is about it. And this is all in-ish as hell. Look at this. BratOK with barely any SCVs, and he's just going to throw this one. He has no possible option. What is he going to do? What can he transition into? Nothing. Therein lies the problem. There's a lot of SCVs backing that up, and it's whether or not this Thor will actually survive. NaNiwa does have this Immortal. That's going to be absolutely critical. Huge amounts of damage being inflicted by that. Mass Stalkers coming in as well. I very much doubt that's going to hold. There's just no way. It'll take 4 volleys, down it goes, and that's just that's a massacre, folks. GG, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, and BratOK's early Thor push fails completely as NaNiwa deals with it in the cool and calm way we would expect.